In this video, we explore 5 stocks that have captured the attention of analysts for their potential massive upside over the long term. We'll be taking a look at Amazon, Chipotle, Dollar General, T-Mobile, and Pfizer. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. Let's dive into these 5 stocks here. And Chris, why don't we start with Amazon? You had referred to it as a comeback story that's gaining steam, and I'm thinking that its investment in Anthropic has something to do with that. In fact, I know Amazon was featured as the MarketBeat stock of the week recently. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, Anthropic has just a little bit to do with that. Yeah, so the investment that Amazon's making in Anthropic is putting Amazon squarely into this whole generative AI sector.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the critics of Amazon have felt like they've been kind of slow to the party as far as getting into the AI area goes. This will change that immediately. And when you look at Amazon, you're looking at a stock that it's up 48% in 2023, but it's still down about 3% over the last 12 months. So there's still some area for this stock to ride up higher.
Thomas, do you have any thoughts on Amazon?
Yeah, I like Amazon. It trades at a high valuation, but you get a lot for what you pay for. I mean, it is the leading consumer discretionary stock, and you have the AWS angle with the cloud and AI. As far as the analysts go, there is a massive upside potential, but more importantly, the analysts have been raising their targets and they're leading the consensus higher, which I think will lead the market higher.
All right, from one stock with a premium valuation to another, Chris, you're telling investors that Chipotle Mexican Grill is worth premium valuation.
Yes, I am. And Lacey, you know me, and I'm about as, fundamental of an investor as you can find. And you can look at the P value, you can look at the P ratio for Chipotle and you can get a little scared. But as the saying goes, it's not bragging if you've done it. Mm-hmm. The company just continues to beat on revenue and earnings year over year. There's no reason to believe that this pullback in the stock is anything more than just a slight little glitch. And it's an opportunity for investors to buy. There's nothing that suggests to me that there's a long-term problem with the stock.
Thomas, I know you have thoughts on Chipotle.
Oh, yeah. I think Chipotle is the highest quality restaurant stock on the market today. CEO Brian Niccol is absolutely the best thing to ever happen to that company. It's gaining market share and traction everywhere it goes. The lean into digital, the digital kitchens, the Chipotlanes. Now they're looking to expand into international territories. I think this stock could easily move up to the high end of the analyst current range, which is about 35% gain. I think that high end will continue to trend higher as well.
All right, Chris, now I've heard you say this multiple times. Watch what investors do, not what they say. Easier said than done sometimes, as we know. But that's what you're seeing with Dollar General here. So can you explain that to us?
Okay, so the story with Dollar General, in my mind, Dollar General has been a stock that's been on my watch list for a long time. I don't currently own the stock, but this is what I've noticed with it. They just reported earnings about a month or so ago, and like all retail channels, they're suffering from the same issues. Consumers are starting to spend less. They may be spending the same amount, but there's fewer ticket items that they're buying. Mm-hmm. They're sticking to staples. They're not buying the discretionary items, and they still have the issue with retail theft, just like other places do. It would suggest that institutional owners aren't buying the stock, but that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the fact that institutions are still holding the stock. Buyers outnumber sellers. That tells me that there are still people that believe in this stock, or I should say, it tells me that smart money believes in this stock. Mm-hmm. So it's something that I'm keeping an eye on. It's the reason why Dollar General is staying on my watch list. I'd like to see how it does, especially heading into this fourth quarter.
Thomas, are you buying or watching Dollar General?
Well, I'll be watching it. I think it's a good long-term play, but right now I think there are some headwinds. The analysts are concerned about Dollar General's target consumer being squeezed by inflation and higher prices. They've been lowering their targets. So the consensus and the low end still suggest there's upside for the market, but with the consensus coming down, I see that as a headwind for the price action. I'd prefer to see Dollar General bottom and see the price targets start moving higher before I would get bullish on the stock.
All right, next on the list is T-Mobile, which is a little surprising to me, Chris, because I know that you are not a big fan of telecom stocks. So what is the story here? Why did this one make it on your list?
So Lacey, again, we're trying to point out opportunities to investors as we see them. I look at T-Mobile as maybe the best house in a not so nice neighborhood. Here's the thing. Wireless plans, consumers are going to stay with their wireless plan no matter what happens in the economy. And T-Mobile recently increased, or I should say reinstated their dividend after having many years of suspending it. So that gives investors a reason to buy a stock that analysts really like. So it's an opportunity.
Thomas, what are your thoughts on this one on your watch list, maybe versus Dollar General?
I like T-Mobile a lot better than Dollar General. I think the dividend news is a good move for the company. It kind of puts them back on par with AT&T and Verizon. As far as the analysts and the upside go, I think the analysts are bullish on this stock. The low price target assumes 15% upside. So I see this one as a buy right now.
So Thomas had mentioned Pfizer when we were talking about biotech stocks. Chris, you are mentioning it again here. What may investors be missing?
I don't know if investors are missing anything about the stock. There's a lot of noise around Pfizer, and I know for a lot of investors, Pfizer's a no-go for many reasons. This is just a stock that is fundamentally undervalued. I think it trades at somewhere around 7 times earnings. It's got a great dividend. It's got a portfolio of drugs in its pipeline, and that doesn't include the oncology portfolio that it's going to be bringing over with it when the acquisition of Seagen goes through. There's just a lot of catalysts for this stock coming up in the coming years, and investors can get it right now for they're getting it for around $32, $33 a share. It just seems like a buy right now.
Thomas, you are claiming this as a beaten down name. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about why you think that?
Yeah, I think Pfizer is a good stock to look at right now as well. It's been facing some headwinds, and the COVID clip certainly has had an impact on the share price. But now, like Chris says, it's deeply undervalued. It's trading at the lowest price multiple in many years. It's trading well below the analyst low target. And there are some catalysts coming up. The acquisition and the pipeline will all help play into revenue over the long term. So I think Pfizer is a good target for long-term investors.
Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your day to tune in with us and uncover these 5 stocks. As Chris and Thomas have pointed out, these stocks offer investors various reasons to consider for your portfolio. Let us know down below if any of these stocks were particularly interesting to you, or let us know if you want us to cover something else. Also, I've taken the time to link some resources in the description for you down below. So please, please, please take advantage of those if you haven't been. I've also included a free exclusive report. It's packed with AI stock insights. Again, if you're looking for something specific, just let me know. We want to help you. That's why we do these videos. Thanks again, guys. We'll talk soon.